Oh, what's going on, guys? Gamer Dude back once again with some more informative gaming news, and today it is a big one. But before we begin, you'll know the routine, or at least I hope you do by now. Please, if you are new to the channel, make sure you smash that like button and drop me a subscribe, because it would just be your good deed of the day. Same applies if you are a returning viewer. Now, jumping right into the video, the incredible and amazing, and yes, pun absolutely intended there, trailer for Marvel Spider-Man 2 has finally graced us with its presence. And as you can see right now, Symbiote Spider-Man looks absolutely brutal. I'm glad they went with the kind of Web of Shadows style moveset for the black suit, you know, with the tendrils and everything coming out of the suit. That looks amazing. It also looks like the wing may be organic and part of the suit itself and not physically Spider-Man's web shooters. Now, there's a lot to break down in the initial trailer. The fighting, the moveset, the new HUD system. As you can see all around it, there's a brand new HUD system, and that looks absolutely beautiful. We got a good look at Kraven. We got a good look at the Lizard. We got a good look at New York and the surrounding areas of New York. We got to look at some of the new abilities like gliding, which is absolutely beautiful and fantastic. Cannot wait to test those out. Because the wingsuit has always been something I've wanted to try in a Spider-Man game, but it's never been there. It's never been present in any previous Spider-Man game, to my knowledge. Now then, we got the trailer, of course, yesterday, as of the time of recording this video, at the 2023 PlayStation Showcase, along with various other different games, which personally I'm not going to cover because although they looked absolutely beautiful, they weren't my cup of tea. You know, they're not my kind of games. And you guys know from my live streams and videos what I'm into and what I like producing. So this video and anything related to PlayStation Showcase is going to be on Spider-Man 2. But yeah, anyway, the game looks absolutely flawless. You know, I totally called it. I've been saying this since they announced it, that it was going to be Peter and Miles in a joint story, that there would be character switching. And we saw that in the trailer. You know, you do this part right here that's on screen as Peter Parker in the black suit, and then you switch over to Miles in the middle of the city, and you do that slingshot action off those two poles. Again, that's something we haven't seen in a Spider-Man game for a very long time. The last time we saw it in a Spider-Man game, it was the, I believe, Sam Raimi Spider-Man 3 game with the black suit in that as well. You could kind of launch yourself off the top of the Daily Bugle building and just end up millions of miles away at the other end of the map. It was hilarious. It was brilliant. But at least with this game, when you do that, you can open up to the wingsuit and just glide along, and then you can jump out of the wingsuit, do a web zip, or just generally web swing away, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Now, here's the character switching element I was talking about. So you do something as Peter Parker. Maybe you'll do a whole mission as Peter Parker. I don't think the whole lot will be character switching, but it does appear prominent in most story missions. You will be switching between Peter and Miles. And here's that wingsuiting ability I was talking about. That looks absolutely brilliant. It looks like you can get some decent air off that. Looks like you can stay airborne for quite some time. So that's going to allow you to get to objectives a lot quicker on the map as opposed to just swinging around. Given the sheer size of the new New York map, that's going to be very handy. And moving into this element, it should look very familiar to fans of the first game. It's the stealth element. In the first game, it was very Batman Arkham-y, and in this game, it appears no different. See, now you can actually shoot your own web line and create your own perch, as opposed to looking around the area for one to create. And instead of taking down one enemy at a time stealthily, you can now do 2, possibly even 3, or maybe even 4 at the same time. And I'm liking Miles's new moveset and his new gadgets. I mean, just look at that. That is fantastic. That is like the tripwire, just heavily upgraded, and it looks fantastic. Miles's moveset now looks fantastically brilliant. Although I am kind of expecting him to yell out, "Sure you can!" Given how much of a geek Marvel is, I'm expecting a reference to that somewhere in the game. Because he can channel his lightning like that now into like a Goku style ball and just blast it at someone. So I am expecting him to say "Sure you can" at some point. I mean, come on, it's a bit of a wasted opportunity if they didn't put that joke in there. But this mission, as it appears, it looks like it's going to be a little bit later in the game's story. Because Peter, at this point, he has the black suit. He's talking about Harry dying, how we need Dr. Connors. And this particular mission features, obviously looking for Dr. Connors, and I assume trying to cure his reptileness. Because for some unknown reason, he's gone all reptilian again. And I must admit, the look of the lizard looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's been very difficult for games over the years to really capture how the lizard looks. I mean, I liked how the lizard looked in the Spider-Man 2000 game, the PS1 version, because, it just looked like his comic book counterpart, although very low res due to graphics at the time. Then the next lizard I actually liked was in the Sam Raimi game, the Spider-Man 3 Sam Raimi game where the lizard appeared. Now, I only liked that version of the lizard because, well, he actually looked like a lizard. He didn't look like a giant dinosaur. As J. Jonah Jameson said in the deleted scene for Spider-Man No Way Home, was that a dinosaur? But this looks dope right here. You've got Peter jumping in. Already you can see something's different about him. Miles starts picking up on it straight away, because he's like, cool, new threads. But then later on, he realizes that something is wrong with Peter. He's like, hang on a minute. This isn't Peter. Peter's never like this. We can clearly see at this point in the game, you must have had the symbiote suit for a while at this point, and it is clearly corrupting Peter's mind, making him turn out evil. Or rather, go evil. He's going to the dark side of the Force. Let's say that. And I expect Miles to make some kind of joke about him going to the dark side of the Force. Just because it's Miles and he's a geek. Now, this sequence right here, so stunningly beautiful. Because you're not in a cityscape here, and I like this. You're over the water, you're over the Hudson, and I like this. Because, normally in a sequence like this in the first game and even in Miles Morales' spin-off game, you were chasing cars or vans with bombs in the back. Now you're chasing dudes on jet skis with precision accurate sniper rifles instead of just dudes holding a gun out the window. And I love that. It looks, seriously, it looks absolutely beautiful. The swinging as well looks absolutely stunning. And it's in moments like this where you get another transition from hero to hero. You transition from Miles back to Peter at this point, and the transition is so smooth. It doesn't even ask you to switch the character like it did earlier. It just transitions, and it's so smooth. It's so sleek. It is brilliantly done. It happens right here. Peter's like, right, you take care of that. You save them. I'll do this. And look at that. That just transitions straight over. It's beautiful. I mean, you can't get any better than that. At this point in the game, the symbiote, Peter must have had the symbiote for quite a while because he's acting really aggressive at this point. We can't say how long because this is literally the only piece of gameplay we've had since it was announced. And, just doing that over an obstacle and then shooting through something, like you could in the first game, you had those cranes with the pipes and you could go through the middle of them. It's sort of like that. But this time it was a train car, and that makes it so dope. That makes it awesome. But so far, we only know of Kraven and the Lizard. It is said the game will feature multiple villains, much like the first game, but we don't know who they are yet. Doc Ock could be coming back, Scorpion, Rhino, the Spot, in honor of the upcoming animated Spider-Verse movie. We could see the spots, which could set up for Spider-Man 3. Who knows? Who knows? The question also remains, will we be getting a DLC for this game like we did the first one? Because the sheer size of this game is phenomenal. So for them to add a DLC as well, like they did with the first game, that'd just be so beautiful. Now, I really do love the way this game looks. The graphics look absolutely beautiful. I am at a loss for words at this. I am just totally geeking out right now. It is so flawlessly beautiful. And once again, the transition between Peter Parker and Miles Morales in that particular scene was beautiful. And, you know, it's taking elements and aspects from both Marvel Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales and putting them into this game to make it one of the best Spider-Man experiences I have ever seen. It looks brilliant, and I honestly cannot wait to play it. I just hope I have somewhere to live in order to play it, because as you guys know, the reason I've not been producing content recently is because I've been looking for a new place to live. I won't bore you with the details again, but hopefully I've found somewhere. Hopefully I'll be moving in soon, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you this magnificent game when it launches, because I am totally geeking out right now, like for real. I haven't geeked out this much since the first Spider-Man game released, and it's like, just give me it. It's like, give me it now, give me it now. Why tease me with this? Give me it now. You know, I just love it. But yeah, that's just about it for the video then. That's about all I wanted to cover on it. But let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think this is going to be one of the best Spider-Man games, like, ever? I mean, it's hard to top the first one of Miles Morales, but come on. This one looks flawless. And we've even got black-suited Spider-Man, which is always a great addition. So yeah, that's it for the video then. Thank you all for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Once again, you all know the routine. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you smash that like button and drop me a subscribe, because it would just be a good deed of the day. Same applies if you are a returning viewer. So stay tuned, of course, for more content coming from me. Once I get settled in my new place, you will have a bunch of backlogged content. So yeah, that being said then, this has been Gamer Dude. Happy gaming, and I will catch you all in the next one, guys.